How's it going, guys? It's PoetryStud here with another episode of Poetic Rants. And on this episode, I'd like to welcome a very special guest, 2F Jeff. Say hello.
Hi. Hello.
So, if you don't know 2F Jeff, he's a guy I've done a couple videos with, and by a couple, I mean quite a few. and yeah, and he's a pretty cool guy. I'm going to let him introduce his channel for a couple seconds. Um, yeah.
Oh, okay, you're putting me on the spot. Oh crap. Okay, so mainly Mountain Blade. Seriously, that's a lot of the stuff that I do. If you don't like Mountain Blade, don't come over here. I do other stuff, mostly other early access games.
Yeah.
I
And
did
that's
Five Nights at Freddy's too, but that was just kind of to do that. Other than that, it's mostly Mountain Blade and other like smaller games. But yeah, that's really it.
Yeah, and it's interesting because, like he said, he plays a lot of early access games, and that's actually going to be the topic for this video. We're going to talk about some early access games, and I figured it'd be pretty cool to have Jeff on the show because he's played a lot of early access games, and so have some of the other guys in our group.
Yeah.
But Jeff knows a lot about games and stuff, and so I figured it'd be cool to have him as a first guest on the show because I know I've been talking about it for a while. So, what early access games have you played, Jeff? For those of you out there who don't know.
Just ones that I've played or ones that are my favorite.
I guess just the ones that are your favorite. That works.
Favorite, Stranded Deep and Salt.
Yeah.
Basically same game like with goal wise, but actually not even that. Like Salt is different. It's set in the same scenario.
Yeah,
But, where you're stranded on an island and you have to go from island to island with stuff that you make. And Stranded Deep is like that too, but Stranded Deep is more focused on survival.
Yeah, I see. So, the early access market, I guess you could say, it's pretty controversial, and I think everyone agrees that there are some pros and cons to like early access games, and yeah,
Yeah.
Stranded Deep is one of those I actually wanted to play, but I haven't been able to play it really because I don't have any money and I'm broke and I haven't been able to play it. I don't know. See, personally, like for early access games, I don't think I've ever bought an early access game actually, because
It's a
and it's
gamble.
yeah, and that's the thing. It's not like I don't necessarily have anything against it. I would buy an early access game. It's just that I don't know. I guess I think that my money is best spent elsewhere.
Yeah, I understand. Some people just don't like early access games.
Yeah.
I just like being a part of it, I guess. It's a different feel.
Yeah.
To think that you're actually helping the game develop is cool. I mean, I'm
Mhm.
not like it's not like I'm saying that's all that I go for. I'm playing the game because I want to be entertained, but that's just kind of an added-on feature.
Well, and I think that's kind of the point of early access. The early access part of Steam and other places. I think that's part of the purpose of early access is to make it so that people can be a part of it. And,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and so I guess then
Um,
the biggest question is the reliability of the market. Like are there should there be rules set in place, or what do you think?
I mean, it's I don't know. See, because like it's like your Kickstarter thing. It's up to the person buying the game. If you
Yeah,
do
yeah,
your research, like the thing with Kickstarter is, you can do your research and you can find out if what you're doing is going to actually help stuff, or like if it's going to actually be like a product that you can buy later on. I mean,
yeah,
sometimes you can't. Sometimes you just get completely thrown out in the dark. But with early access games, I mean, they already have the license to make the game, so you can think that that's already enough to where you're gonna buy it. But some people just don't care, and some people just don't want to put that much effort into their games, which is why it is a gamble.
yeah.
Because some games are great, but never get to see like
What they could
the
have been,
amount
I
of
guess.
popularity they could. Yeah, the
Yeah,
amount of popularity they could because they're just stuck in early access because not enough people are giving it a chance. But then some games like my example would be H1N1. It's good now, but when it first released, I didn't like it because it just the producer, the creator just went back on so many things he said.
yeah. Well, and But the funny thing is, I don't think that's a problem with. That's not just a problem with the early access market. I think that's kind of a problem with the whole market in general. Of games.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like lots of games nowadays, or not games, but gaming companies today. Just the reliability. But that's kind of a different topic. I'm getting a little bit off topic there, but yeah. So yeah, you brought up like H1Z1, and there's plenty of other ones, and I don't know how long has early access been going on for. You probably know, but I don't. Like,
Oh no, I have no idea. It's been a while. I mean,
yeah,
some
it's
games did it. I remember like the first I had heard about, not early access, but like you could beta test forever, but like the first
yeah.
really popular one was, I think, Halo Reach's beta test
Oh
was
really?
like one that promoted. Well, it's one that they promoted like crazy, was
Yeah,
that beta test, and so that
I
brought
didn't
in a
know
whole lot of
that.
people to it.
I
Yeah,
thought that
Halo Reach did a beta test.
the first one that I
That no, I'm not
remember.
saying that's the first one. That's
Oh
just
yeah.
one that I remember myself.
See, I thought it was like after that. I thought like Halo Reach. When did that come out? Like 2010, 2011.
I don't know. It was a great game, but I can't remember the
Yeah,
year.
yeah, I love it. But I think the first time I heard about it was like DayZ. I think that was the first.
Oh yeah, yeah.
First,
Oh
that was the
yeah,
first big one.
early access. I think I just misunderstood because I was going for beta testing, but yeah, early access. Yeah, I remember Daisy. That was the first early access game that I bought, but
Yeah. Yeah,
but
no,
like
I
I feel
think
like that's
beta testing has been around
yeah.
for a while, but I think early access
That
has
yeah.
just kind of, come up in the past maybe like 3 or 4 years, max. I think.
I don't know. I could be completely wrong. I have no idea, so I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, I don't know
But
either. I'm just
yeah, but there's like
theorizing.
a way to do things and a way to not do things. For example, uh, the Stranded Deep is my best example
Yeah,
for a Stranded Deep and Salt would be my two best examples for a game that uses uh, early access as like, well, just as a tool instead of promotion. Because
yeah,
like I feel H1Z1 was more of a promotion thing, but because they hyped it up. Like a lot of people knew what H1Z1 was
yeah, yeah,
because
exactly.
they were just talking about it. But with Stranded Deep, people knew what Stranded Deep was too. But if you go look at the last update, it even says like users had set up something about how like this was happening, and so the producer fixed that
Yeah,
and then found another problem that was also being caused by that. So he got to fix two problems with the user's feedback. Therefore, the game was made better by the users, and nothing like the producer made the change, but he couldn't have made that change without the
yeah,
players. And so that's why it makes it feel good. H1Z1, they did make changes, but it felt like it was just very generic changes. Like that should have been there from the start. And then and also lesser known one, Salt, which is not a popular game. I think it should be. Its
yeah,
subreddit only has like 400 to 500 people on it, which is a
hmm.
lot, but not a whole lot for a
Yeah,
game.
yeah, exactly.
Salt adds in updates all the time. In fact, the producers, or I keep saying producers, the creators are on the subreddit and they comment back on posts. They've commented back on one of my posts, which is cool. Uh,
Yeah,
and they have just like idea threads to where you can add in whatever. And so like they were like, what if we added in Mountain Blade? Sorry, I'm thinking about Mountain Blade. They were like, what if we added in multiplayer? And the devs were like, okay, yeah, we could definitely try and do that. And they're like, what if we added in shipbuilding? And then 2 months ago they added in shipbuilding.
yeah.
And then they're like, what about Quest? And they're like, okay, you got Quest and you got a whole
That's
bunch of
pretty
stuff.
cool.
So yeah, so Salt is like a game that is being formed by the community, which is why it's such a great game to play. And so that is my addition to this. Salt and Stranded Deep. Those
Yeah.
are two great games that really
Well,
do justice to their early access name.
speaking of Mountain Blade, like you kind of thought of it halfway through that tangent. I like while you were talking, I looked this up. I looked up just early access on Wikipedia, And so, I mean, this is Wikipedia, but you know, Wikipedia is pretty reliable in my books. It says one of the earliest examples of this model is Minecraft. So I hadn't thought about that, but that kind of makes sense if you think about it. And that was like 2009. So
I did not partake in Minecraft until not
really?
recently, but not a long time ago, like 2 years ago.
Yeah, well, it's the same here. I kind of bought it like a year and a half ago, and then I played it for my channel, and it was the first thing I did, which is like really cliche. But that's also a topic for another video. But interesting, I kind of got off topic there, but like then it says like the second example, like another example of an early access game that kind of doesn't make sense, but another early one was Mountain Blade, like the original Mountain Blade, which is interesting.
Oh, hey.
Like I didn't know this, but it said that Mountain Blade was released in early form in 2004 by the two guys who used early user funding to found Tail Worlds the next year.
Oh no, I read about this. I swear, this may be completely wrong. Feel free to leave me some hate, not poetry. Feel free to leave me some hate if this is completely wrong. But I swear this is. I remember reading about this. Mountain Blade was a college project, is what I think. Like it was not supposed to be its standalone, make this guy his career thing. It was a final for a class on like generic, like I don't know what they teach in college for that. Like, I don't know, coding and stuff like that, to where you can edit scripts and whatnot.
Yeah.
And scenes and whatnot. Which is why it's such a basic game. You look at the graphics, it's like 3 triangles and a square. But that's basically what you're playing with. But it's a great game, and so when he says user-funded whatever, that's because he needed money to make the final. And so because
he realized it was a viable option for money and for success, and so then the other ones that it has listed here are Kerbal Space Program.
That was a very popular one.
Yeah, Prison Architect, which is pretty popular, and then DayZ as well.
That's all right.
Yeah. But then it's funny because Steam Early Access is kind of where all the early access market is now. And it says the program was launched on March 20th, so like 3 days from now, 2013.
I remember, because I think I got it like right before my birthday, which is on the 25th.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I remember that. But yeah, I mean, DayZ is a good. It's a fun game.
Yeah.
Very glitchy. But I feel like that's the massively multiplayer part, not the game part.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Mountain Blade, though, I'll stop this here because this is a whole nother topic. But I'm really hoping that the Bannerlord, the second game, or third game technically, I'm really hoping that has early access because I have 500 hours in Mountain Blade Warband, and I really, really want this second game to come out because it looks incredible.
Yeah, I actually saw some of that, and like you said, we shouldn't get too far into this, but we in this video alone we've like kind of like touched on like 3 other viable topics for for Poetic Rants videos, but yeah, no,
it's just a montage.
Yeah, but like Mountain Blade. I did not know it was early access, and that's interesting though. It doesn't surprise me because like you kind of tell that it's not really like a huge. It's a very niche. Is that what the people say? Niche game, People, it's like very, it's people. There's a certain type of people who like Mountain Blade, and I am proud to be one of those people. So
well, it's got a lot of it. We're turning this into a I Love Mountain Blade video, but I liked it because I asked a friend, it was Swerve to the LPS actually, I asked him, I want a game that has strategy but has combat.
It's action too, exactly, and that's like Mountain Blade in a nutshell.
And that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's like there's no story you have to follow by more than any other game. But
Exactly.
yeah. But anyway, so if that was an early access game in the truest sense, which I'm not sure it completely was, then that's definitely one that they did right by me in my books. Um, so
Yeah.
I guess that's a good way to end this video. You know, a positive upspin on it. You know, early access. It's debatable whether all early access is good or not, and in theory, it's a little bit better than it is in reality sometimes. But it does have
get paid for promoting Mountain Blade.
Yeah,
We just promoted
seriously.
the hell out of that game.
Yeah, but yeah, like I guess the thing to take out of this video from me and Jeff is that there's a lot of good content in the early access market.
To 2F Jeff.
Do that as well, yeah. But yeah, like you kind of agree with me on that. There's good content, but then you gotta find the right stuff.
Yeah. You got to do your research.
Do the research, exactly.
It's also a gamble.
It's like you don't want to
do your research.
You don't want to just go out and buy a game just because it's early access and just because of what the person who's making it says. You should wait a couple days. Wait to see the Steam reviews. That's like the most helpful thing for me. And
that's what I did with Stranded Deep, and I'm very glad. Stranded Deep and Salt has like very positive reviews.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, and then so I guess that's what you should take out of this. That it's not all bad. It's not all good. You just gotta do your research, and you can find something you really love. And I agree with that, even though I've never bought an early access game. I think that's a completely reasonable thing to think. And I'll look into. After talking to you about this, I'll look into some of these games more, because I think I've probably given more crap than I need to the early access market. But anyways, I guess that's a good place to end it then. Thank you, Jeff, for being on the show. Jeff will be back. He'll be back on the show. If you enjoyed this, it's a little bit longer of an episode, but he'll definitely be back as a guest for other stuff, because I like Jeff. He's a cool guy. This sounds awkward now, but
a Mountain Blade video
yeah, exactly. But he'll be back on the show. I'll probably have another person on as a guest in maybe 2 episodes. We'll see how it goes, guys. But just tune in next time. And go subscribe to Jeff. Check out his stuff. Check out his Mountain Blade stuff. And do you have any parting words, Jeffrey?
I just started waving to my webcam, and then I realized I'm not even recording this.
There you have it. The words from the man himself. But yeah, seriously, go check him out. He has a lot of great content, and go subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and leave a like on this video. Leave your thoughts in the description below, and leave a topic for us to talk about next time, or me to talk about next time, and we'll see you guys in the next video, or I'll see you guys in the next video, and goodbye.
Bye-bye.